What is going on, everyone? Now, before I go further in this video, I want to say I'm not hating on Apple. I'm not like trying to bash on them or anything. There are some slight issues with every single company in the world. The only reason I bash Apple so much is because I use their products. If I used an Android, or if I use any other product, literally, I would have experience with it and like be able to bash it. And in case with the phones, it's literally just Apple. Really, that's the only phone I use. And in terms of the iPhone XS and XS Max, there was actually kind of a slight problem that's kind of coming out. And as of this point, I'm not too sure if it's a hardware problem or software problem, but everything is kind of leading me to base the opinion that it is a hardware problem. So what this means is that the software is iOS. So iOS is the software. The actual hardware would be the phone itself, the camera, the front earpiece, the front camera, the screen. Those things are hardware. And the issue that is really affecting a lot of people, it's not affecting everybody, is actually the Wi-Fi and LTE bands. So what that means is that I'm not really too sure what's causing this, but what some people are saying is that with both these phones, the antenna bands around the phone, so this one, that were pretty much the same spot with the iPhone X, but they did add another one over here, and some other components within the phone are affecting the LTE and Wi-Fi. So what this means is that you're going to be getting less signal and less powerful, strong signals than if you were on an iPhone X or something like that. Now, me personally, I've had no experience with it. I don't really have any issues with it, and I've been using both these phones, and as you can see, I still have full bars, as you can see, but if I cover it, I don't think there's any other issues coming around. I don't think it goes down or anything like that. It might temporarily, but as you can see, I'm covering it and it's not really affecting it. So it could be just a small amount of issues for a small amount of people, but it is affecting quite a few. And I went on Reddit and I went to all these other forums and people are saying that it is affecting them quite a bit. I did run an actual speed test, and those were the scores that I was getting, which is pretty low. I ran the same thing on my 8 Plus and even my iPhone 5S, and my 5S actually got a higher speed than this, which is surprising, but I don't know how reputable that is. I think I got about like 60 megabytes download and about like 10 upload on my iPhone 5S. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know if this is like a valid thing to use, but that is the case here. And whether this is factual or not, whether this is a reputable number, I don't know. I don't really know how these speed tests works. But it's kind of important because we should be able to get the highest amount of speed on these phones. I mean, if we're spending this much money on these phones, we're spending over $1,000 for both of these, whether the XS or this one, the XS Max, we should be expecting to get very good signal and very good LTE. But from what it's looking like, there are some hardware defects. So what this could potentially mean, if it is a hardware effect or hardware defect, it means that we will actually have to go into the Apple Store to fix it, and you can't get it fixed over the software update. But if it is a software issue, if there is something going wrong with it, then that means Apple can just go push a software update and it will go ahead and fix it in and of itself with like iOS 12.0.1 or iOS 12.1, whenever they're going to fix it. But that is what I see them doing. I honestly think this is more so of a hardware problem just because of the placements of the antenna bands. But again, I did not have any effect with this. I didn't have any slow speeds or anything. I did run that speed test like you guys saw, and it was pretty low. But that is a slight issue that some people are having. Another funny issue that people are having is the beauty effect on the front camera. But that is more so just, I think that's kind of a feature if you think about it. Because honestly, I'm kind of ugly. So kind of having that reassurance that, okay, this photo is going to look better, it's kind of like makes me feel a little bit better. But that is personal preference. But that one, the camera one, can be fixed with a software update. But this one, I don't know how they're going to fix the antenna band one. Maybe they'll fix it somehow. And before you guys say, oh, Apple can't do that, they're a perfect company, this and that, what actually happened a long time ago on the iPhone 4 body or the 4S, I think it was the iPhone 4 body, that had an antenna band issue as well, that if you held it a certain way, it would actually lose the signal. And people are saying the same thing here. So that is interesting. Again, I'm not hating on Apple. I think these are wonderful phones, but everyone's going to have to kind of do some more research on this at Apple and wait for a public statement from them. And from what I'm seeing, it's affecting quite a bit of people. So even if you don't have the specific problem, it could arise later or it could affect someone you know, and that is it. But for me, what I'm saying is I don't really have any problems with it. I don't really have an issue with it in and of itself right now, but I might later, so who knows. But that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well, my Twitter and my Instagram. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.